Hey guys, I just stumbled upon 2 spring releases for the 2025 year. If you want to know what they are, please continue watching. Hi my Luxe babes, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome to Tiffany & Co. Luxe Lifestyle. I'm Tiffany. Here we discuss all things fashion, fragrance, beauty, and lifestyle. If that sounds like your vibe or your zhuzh, then come on in. Come on in and say hello. Drop that scent of the day down in the comment section. While you're at it, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel, and tap that notification bell so YouTube will notify you of any new videos I upload. And now, without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. Okay guys, in today's video, I am going to be discussing 2 new releases for 2025 that I stumbled upon over this weekend. Now these are 2 releases for the summer spring months of 2025. So let's get into how I stumbled upon these fragrances. So of course Friday I had went out with my husband and we went to lunch up in Birkdale, and normally sometimes if the weather is okay, which it was okay that Friday, was a little nippy, but it was okay. So sometimes when I go to Birkdale, there's a Sephora up there. So when I finish lunch, sometimes I'll just stop by there or run in there real quick just to get my nose on a couple of fragrances that I've been trying to test out. And so that is what I did. Friday I went to Sephora and I went in. I was actually going in there to get my nose on the new release from Kilian, which is Angel Share Paradis. I'd already tried that the week prior and I went to Nordstrom in South Park Mall. Well, let me tell you about my experience there. I go in and then there's a lady at the fragrance counter. And I go to her and I ask her, I'm looking for the fragrance to be out so I can just pick it up on my own, spray what I need to spray, smell what I need to smell, because just sometimes you just don't want to be bothered with the sales associates. Okay, so it wasn't my luck that day that it was sitting out, so I had to actually ask her, do you have it in stock, because I didn't see it. So she had to look for it, and obviously she was not the rep for Kilian. Whoever that person was, they were not present at the time. So she found it. She took out a tester strip and she sprayed it on the tester strip for me. But in the meantime, while she's spraying it on the tester strip, she's like, I want you to smell my fragrance. And she was walking over to the Parfums, the Marley section. And I already knew what she was going to pull out. She said, I have a new fragrance I would like for you to smell. And I knew it was going to be Valaya Exclusive. So as she was reaching over and she was turning around, I was like, oh, I already have that one. And I don't think she believed me until she turned around. I had to actually say the name Valaya Exclusive before she actually finished turning all the way around with it. I was like, yeah, I already have that one. I just came to smell the Kilian's new Paradis. Okay, and so that exchange was a little funky. So I just left it at that. I took the little tester strip that I had and I went on about my day. Okay, so a week later I said, well, Sephora sells it, and normally when you go on Sephora, most of the times they're not pushy salesmen in there. They'll come up to you and they'll ask you if you need help with something, but pretty much they just let you be to test out things, or at least that has been my experience. I'm able to just test out what I want to test out, spray what I want to spray, stay as long as I want without someone trying to sell me something. Okay. So I did not see the Kilian, and of course an associate walked up to me and asked me if there was anything that I needed help with, and I was like, no. Then I thought about it. I was like, sure. I'm looking for the Kilian, the new Kilian's Paradise, and she looked at me. She didn't know what I was talking about. I was like, yeah, Kilian has a new fragrance by Angel Share, a new Angel Share flanker, Paradise. And she's like, oh, and she asked another associate, did they know about that? And the second associate said, I don't think we have that one in. And the associate that I was talking to, who originally came up to me, said, well, let me just go and check for you real quick in the back, because sometimes we keep things in the back and it just may be back there, and I'll bring it out and I'll let you smell it. So while she was back there looking for it, I was walking around, and I wanted to also test out the new fragrance from Seven Virtues, which is the Clementine Dream. I saw a few fragrance reviewers review that fragrance, and they talked about how much they love the fragrance and this, that, and the third. So as I'm waiting on her to come back to let me know if they had the Kilian there in stock, I found the Seven Virtues. I sprayed it on a tester strip, and I let it sit for a little bit, and you know, I shook it around, did the little sniff test, and I was like, Now the fragrance reviewer said that this was a pretty nice smell, that they really loved the smell, but I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, are they making this up? Because I don't see what the hype is behind this Clementine Dream. But I was like, well, let me spray that one on my skin. Okay, I just sprayed it on my skin because I really didn't care for how it smelled on paper, which is the tester strip. It didn't do anything for me. Okay, so I sprayed that. Did I test? I tested another something. Oh, I know what it was. I also there is this Miss Dior Addict. I've seen another fragrance reviewer talk about that one, and I tried the Miss Dior Addict a while ago when I went to South Park, and it was just it was doing too much of something. It's a vanilla forward fragrance, but it was too much for me. I sprayed it. It was a beast mode fragrance. That thing lasted for a pretty long time, but I just didn't gel with it. So when I saw the the Dior Addict Eau Fraîche, I said, let me spray that one, because this one probably wears a little more lighter. So I sprayed that one on my left wrist and let that sit. That started to come through, and it was blossoming through, and I actually liked the take on that one. It was really very fresh. I felt like it would be a great fragrance for the spring and summertime months. Meanwhile, while I'm smelling that one, this Clementine is over here on my right wrist, and it's developing. And I'm like, oh my gosh. It hit me then. I said, I get the hype. Girl, let me tell you, I really got the hype. I was like, this smells. I just kept sniffing and kept sniffing myself. So I had the travel spray. I was going to get that one. Meanwhile, the sales associate, she comes back out with the Kilian's Paradise. I've already sprayed my left wrist with the Dior Addict. I've sprayed up my right wrist with the Seven Virtues Clementine. So with the Kilian's Angel Share Paradise, I just had to spray it on my actual clothes, on the sleeve of my sweatshirt that I had on. And oh my gosh, it was a heavy dose of the original. You can smell that, but then the raspberry started coming through as it dried down. But let me get back to the 7 Virtues Clementine, because I'm going way off the subject. But anyway, the 7 Virtues Clementine, it started coming through on my skin, and I was like, this smells just like an orange creamsicle. And I love the way that it's smelling on my skin. So I told the sales associate, you know what? Let me put this travel spray back. I said, how much is the full bottle? And she said $95. I was like, okay, not bad. I'm going to get the big bottle. So I end up purchasing the big bottle of the 7 Virtues. Now let me tell you about this. This is a citrus, vanilla, sweet, fruity, floral, powdery fragrance. And this one has top notes of the clementine, and oh my god, that clementine is doing the Lord's work in this fragrance. Okay, so the top notes are clementine and black currant. In the middle there's magnolia, and in the base there is vanilla. And I'm gonna pull her out and show you what she looks like. Now, once I got it, I did decide to come home and look her up on Fragrantica, and I learned something about this fragrance. So if you see on the box, does it say on the box? No, I don't see on the box, but the 7 Virtues is a one of those natural organic brand perfumes. Now what I will say, this is my second purchase from the 7 Virtues, because a couple of months ago when the Candied Lychee came out, I did purchase that one. And I had it for maybe a week or two, but it was just too sweet and too cloying for me, so I returned it back to Sephora. So now this is my only 7 Virtues that I have in my collection. This is supposed to last for 24 hours and lingers for 72 hours.
They wanted to create the longest lasting citrus. Clementine Dream lasts for 24 hours and lingers for the weekend. That is unheard of in a citrus because it's a top note. Usually top notes blow off. This one lasts.
Now, I did say when I first got it, it did last a pretty good long time on my skin. 24 hours is a bit of a stretch. So I'm just waiting on this one to macerate, because I did wear it again. I gave it a full day's wear the very next day, and it did not last that long on my skin. I mean, it was still there, but it was still there faintly. I would say after the 3rd hour, maybe this turned into a skin scent. So for me, the jury is still out on this Clementine Dream. I love, 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 love the way it smells. It's just not lasting. I don't really expect it to last 24 hours, but with the claims that it lasts for 24 hours, I expect it to last at least 8 or more on my skin. I haven't gotten that quite yet, so I'm just gonna push her to the back of the shelf, let her sit and macerate for another 2 to 3 weeks, and then pull her back out once the weather starts heating up. Maybe that's what it needs, a little bit more heat. And so we haven't quite got that weather yet. So I'm thinking as soon as the sun comes in and start doing what the sun needs to do, then perhaps this is going to shine once that weather does what it needs to do as far as the sun coming out. So the jury is still out on this one. I love, love, love the smell. In the performance area right now, I'm just gonna give her a 5 out of 10, but as far as the fragrance and the notes, she is a 10 out of 10. I'm hoping that she'll pick up on the longevity department and the sillage department, because I am going to be keeping this one in my collection. Okay guys, so the second new fragrance that I purchased, I received a DM from one of my subscribers, Larilyn, because she knows how much I love fragrances. So she sent me over a recommendation, and it was actually a new flanker from the Ysl Libre perfume line. I had no idea that they had came out with a new flanker, and so immediately I was intrigued. I saw the notes, it was the picture. I was like, ooh, I'm going to go and get my nose on this one this weekend. So I left out the fact, when I was in Sephora, I did smell this lead while I was in Sephora as well. They only had they didn't have that one sitting out either. So it was all these new fragrances that I'm going in asking for, she had to go and find. So she did have that one, and I was purchasing that one in the travel spray. I actually sprayed that one on a tester strip too. So I end up taking the tester strips out of the store with me, and I kept them in my pocketbook. And so the more and more I smelled the Angel Share, of course I made up in my mind that I want to get that one. That one retails for $380. So I'm going to wait until April the 4th when Sephora has their 20% off sale, and I'm going to grab that Angel Share Paradise. But in the meantime, I kept smelling the strip with the Libre on it, and I am a big fan of Orange Blossom, and that fragrance had Orange Blossom in it. So what I said to myself is, girl, you know you need a full bottle of that. Take that little travel spray back to Sephora and go and get you a full bottle, which I did. I ordered a full bottle. I went on the Macy's website, because when she DM'd me, what she DM'd me was from Macy's. So obviously Macy's carried that fragrance. So I ordered it from Macy's and ordered it for pickup. It was ready a couple of hours later. So I went to go and pick it up, and here it is. And this is the Libre, and look at this bottle, guys. It is a gorgeous bottle. It is this opaque white bottle. So now this is going to be my third Libre flanker to add to the collection, because I already have the Libre La Parfum, and I already have the Libre that comes in the silver bottle, the Plantain, if that's how you pronounce it. Let me sit her right there. Let me show you these other two bottles. So I already have this La Parfum, and I have this Plantain, and so now I've added this new Le Nue to the collection. Now, what's special about this one, and I didn't realize it when I was in Sephora, and I'm sure the associates did not realize it either. This is the new alcohol-free citrus floral fragrance. Now, according to the YSL's official website, this is a new citrus floral fragrance reminiscent of long Mediterranean summer. So like I said, this is going to be a great spring summertime fragrance. Okay, about the fragrance, guys, thanks to the oil and water. So this is actually a oil and water based perfume instead of the oil and alcohol. Okay, so that is a brand new technology that is exclusive to Yves Saint Laurent. Libre L'Eau Nue. This is a unique design to this, and this was designed to provide nourishment to the skin. Maybe I'll just spray some to show you what it looks like. You're supposed to have this skin enhancing experience with this. So with this one, I feel like you can only spray it on skin. And of course, there are directions on how to spray this one, because you just can't go all out here willy-nilly, just, you know, spraying all over your clothes. This one is meant for your skin. It tells you how close you can spray it to your skin, or how far you can spray it on your skin when you're gonna do the hot spots, or how you spray it on your pulse points. But this, let me take this bracelet off, child, and let me show you if you can see this. I'm going to spray this on my skin. It's thick. Watch this, how that comes out. Okay, comes out like that. And I can either leave it there. See that right there? You see all that oil in there. So this has no alcohol. And you know, in fragrances, alcohol, oh, that smells so good. Alcohol is what causes your fragrance to project. So as far as this one is concerned, because I didn't know that when I first purchased it. I mean, I saw it. I saw the bottle. The bottle was gorgeous. I saw some of the notes, and I felt like that I would love this perfume, in which I do. But alcohol, the oil is the actual fragrance and how it sticks to your skin, and the alcohol is what makes it project. Now this one has been sourced with no alcohol in it, and you can see the oil right there on my skin. So the directions tell me I guess I could either leave it that way, but I'm really supposed to rub it in, and it's supposed to make my skin soft. It's just supposed to be an experience for my skin. That smells so good. So as far as this one is concerned, I haven't really gave it a full day's wear just yet. I'm smelling it now. It's kicking up and it's coming to my nose and, you know, from my arm. But with this not having any alcohol in it, I'm not sure how this one is going to wear, if this one is going to project. I'm gonna assume that, you know, since it does have the oil in it, it's gonna last. It's gonna be on my skin, but is anyone gonna be able to smell it after a while besides me? Do I want anyone to be able to smell it? I mean, this starts off with a very clean, soapy like smell. So I mean, I smell like, it smells like fresh, just fresh, clean laundry. That's what you get for the first, you know, in the initial spray, a burst of freshness, like fresh, clean laundry. But then I promise you, when this dries down, the orange blossom and the lavender is going to start coming out. But the lavender in this is blended so well with that orange blossom. It does not come off as a masculine fragrance at all. I'm loving this fragrance, but I'm going to have to do a little more wear test on this one, because I don't feel like I can spray this on my clothes. I feel like it's going to stain my clothes, and so I don't know how that's going to be when I actually wear it. This is designed for spring and summer months as well, so all this may need is a little sun, you know, to make it project, because we all know it doesn't have alcohol, and alcohol is what makes fragrances project. So the jury is still out on this one. I love the fragrance. It is a gorgeous fragrance. It is a gorgeous bottle. I would love to be able to keep this one in my collection, but we're gonna see about this one. Okay guys, so that is it. I went out Friday. I went to Sephora. I discovered, or I was able to test 3 new fragrances that came out that were launched in 2025. 2 I have already added to my collection, and that is the YSL Libre L'Eau Nue Parfum de Peau, and then I said that's so funny. And then by the 7 Virtues, I've added the Clementine Dream. Love, love, love both of those fragrances. This YSL is over here right now just radiating off of my skin. I love that fragrance. And then also the third one was Kilian's Angel Share Paradis. She's coming to my collection very, very soon. She'll be here next month. I'm just trying to, because she's the most priciest out of all 3 of these. Like I said, this this is the 1.5 ounce, and I picked this one up from Macy's for $110, along with the Dior. Oh, I keep forgetting about Dior. The Dior Addict Eau Fraîche is not a brand new 2025 release, so I'm not including it in the 2025 releases, but it is a fragrance that I'm adding to my collection. I've ordered that one from Macy's too. That one is coming in the mail because it wasn't available to be picked up in the store. So I have that one coming, and I'll do a review and a first impression on that when I get that. But I did add this YSL Libre L'Eau Nue Parfum de Peau to my collection, as well as Clementine Dream by the 7 Virtues, and of course Kilian's Angel Paradise. And of course Kilian's Angel Share Paradise will be added to my collection on March the 4th, as soon as Sephora have their 20% off sale. That one is a beast of a fragrance. It is a very high quality fragrance. Those are the type of fragrances that I like. With that Angel Share Paradise, that fragrance lasted all day long on my clothes. Definitely a winner, definitely a banger, definitely something I'm going to be wearing for the spring and summer months. The original Angel Share is, I strictly wear that one in the fall and winter months, more so in the winter months than anything. I've dedicated that. I have that one more specifically. I wear that one in the wintertime months. But this new Angel Share Paradise, that baby is gonna be, I'm gonna wear her down this spring and summer. And so guys, that is gonna be it for the new releases for 2025 that I have added to my collection. If you guys found any value in my video, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and tap that notification bell so YouTube will notify you of these new videos that I'm going to be bringing to you guys. I'm going to be bringing them to you, okay? Thank you guys so much for taking time out of your busy schedules to come sit and chit chat with me. And as always, until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video. Smooches.